eight. So figure eight is also shaped like that.
Our first round, as always, of this Vern Bar quiz, the Epiphany 10 finale, is the links round. So how the links round works, it's 10 general knowledge questions. It's 9 unrelated general knowledge questions, which you want to understand, you know, if there's a link between them. But there will be a link, and that'll be question 10. What's the link? Most of you have seen it before, so we'll get straight on. Question number 1. What is the name of the protagonist in Chicken Run? Question number 2. Which rank of nobility sits between Earl and Baron? Question number 3. Which organ system in the human body is approximately 9 meters long? Which organ system in the human body is approximately 9 meters long? Which dessert accompaniment can be made from just eggs, milk or cream, and sugar? Which dessert accompaniment can be made from just eggs, milk or cream, and sugar? Question number 5. What is the name of one of the oldest genres of ballroom dance, characterized by constant turning and fast 3/4 time? Question 5. What is the name of one of the oldest genres of ballroom dance, characterized by constant turning and fast 3/4 time? Question number 6. What is the city? Try that again. Which city is the capital of the French Riviera? Which city is the capital of the French Riviera? By which other name is the vegetable okra known? The name comes from their shape. Question 7. By which other name is the vegetable okra known? The name comes from their shape. And remember, all of the answers in this round will have a common theme, so that might help you get some of the questions. Question number 8. Which cocktail is made from Campari and orange juice, garnished with an orange slice? Question 8. Which cocktail is made from Campari and orange juice, garnished with an orange slice? What is the name given to the American whiskey, which contains at least 51% corn? Question number 9. What is the name given to the American whiskey, which contains at least 51% corn? Question number 10. What is the link? What is the link between these previous 9 answers?
Why does it take 4 minutes to do this?
So we'll just nip through those for a quick recap. Question number 1. What is the name of the protagonist in Chicken Run? Question number 2. Which rank of nobility sits between Earl and Baron? Question number 3. Which organ system in the human body is approximately 9 meters long? Question number 4. Which dessert accompaniment can be made from just eggs, milk or cream, and sugar? Question number 5. What is the name of one of the oldest genres of ballroom dance, characterized by constant turning and fast 3/4 time? Question number 6. Which city is the capital of the French Riviera? Question number 7. By which other name is the vegetable okra known? The name comes from their shape. Question number 8. Which cocktail is made from Campari and orange juice, garnished with an orange slice? Question number 9. What is the name given to the American whiskey, which contains at least 51% corn? And question number 10, what is the link? So I think without any further ado, we're going to move swiftly on to our next round. Which, yeah, and these rounds are all going to be shorter. So we've got lots of rounds today of just 5 questions long. So we'll move on to that now. It's a general knowledge round. I don't know who wrote these rounds, so I'll try and do a big recap at the end. But do enjoy them all. I'm sure everyone who wrote them were brilliant. So here's general knowledge round, and we'll start with question 1. According to Suetonius, Incitatus was a close confidant of the Roman Emperor Caligula, who made him a priest and planned on giving him the consulship. Despite this, Incitatus is better known as being Caligula's what?
Like Hugo, according to the
Nice. This is Hugo Bush.
yeah.
So, oh, cool. That's fine. So Toby and April wrote this round, so thank you very much to them.
It's all out of order. That's right.
Who wrote the links?
Oh, Ellen.
And Eleanor. Thank you, Eleanor, for the links. Question number 2 of this round. The fish in fish and chips, referring to a dish of whitefish, typically cod or haddock, fried in a thin coat of flour, was a delicacy introduced by Jewish immigrants to England. In what century did this occur? So in what century was the fish in fish and chips introduced to England? If I can find the button. 4 US presidents have been assassinated, most famously Abraham Lincoln and John F. Kennedy. Name the 2 other assassinated presidents. So 4 have been assassinated, Lincoln and Kennedy, but can you name the other 2? Number 4. What kind of wand does Harry Potter have in wood, quart, and inches? Which I assume is less rude than it sounds. What kind of wand does Harry Potter have in those 3 very precise metrics? Number 5. Tottenham Hotspur have not won a trophy since 2008. Could just leave it there. However, there are 3 Premier League teams that have never won a major trophy. Name any one of them. Tottenham Hotspur have not won a trophy since 2008. However, there are 3 Premier League teams that have never won a major trophy. Name any of them. And that is it for this round, I think. Yeah. So I'll just zip back through those. Just 5 question rounds. These lots of little rounds today. So question 1, according to Suetonius, Incitatus was a close confidant of the Roman Emperor Caligula, who made him a priest and planned on giving him the consulship. Despite this, Incitatus is better known as Caligula's what? The fish in Fish and Chips. When was this? In what century was this introduced to England by Jewish immigrants? Question 3. Name the other 2 assassinated presidents other than Lincoln and Kennedy. Question 4. What kind of wand does Harry Potter have? Wood core inches. And question 5. Name one of the 3 Premier League teams that have never won a major trophy. Lovely stuff. Right, there are lots of rounds, so we will keep cracking on. This next round is food haikus. Again, make yourself known if this was your round. So, yeah, it may well be a Hugo on this. All right, question number 1. Cheese and tomato on Italian flatbread, many on clay path. What food is this referring to? Cheese and tomato on Italian flatbread, many on clay path. Fried potato tubes, but not to be confused with a toy for hips. And silence descends on the bird as we all try to work out what that means. Fried potato tubes, but not to be confused with a toy for hips. I believe that's a haiku. I'm not sure what it means, but you can tell me what it means. Question number 3 in the food haikus round. Aubergine-based dip, origins in the Levant, first word means father. Aubergine-based dip, origins in the Levant, first word means father. Number 4 of the food haikus round. Spicy vegetable, commonly served with roast beef, quite like wasabi. Spicy vegetable, commonly served with roast beef, quite like wasabi. What food is this referring to? This round. Question number 5, our final word food haiku. Crunchy Tex-Mex food, palindrome when put before, word meaning feline. Cryptic one. Crunchy Tex-Mex food, palindrome when put before, word meaning feline. And we'll just zip back through those quickly. So number 1, cheese and tomato on Italian flatbread, many on clay path. Question number 2, Fried potato tubes, but not to be confused with a toy for hips. Question number 3. Aubergine-based dip, origins in the Levant. First word means father. Question number 4. Spicy vegetable, commonly served with roast beef, quite like wasabi. Question number 5. Crunchy Tex-Mex food, palindrome when put before word meaning feline. So I do believe that was Hugo's answer. If you're watching, Hugo, thank you very much. I'm sorry you can't be here. All right. We will crack on to another short five question miscellaneous round. This one's about literature. Again, thank you to whoever wrote this. All right. So, question number 1. Which book do these opening lines come from? Many years later, as he faced the firing squad, Colonel Aureliano Buendia was to remember that distant afternoon when his father took him to discover ice. Which book do these opening lines come from? Many years later, as he faced the firing squad, Colonel Aureliano Buendia was to remember that distant afternoon when his father took him to discover ice. That was, of course, in what decade was the printing press brought to Britain? Hello, if you're watching on there. I'll continue to crack on. Okay, question number 3. What is the nickname for Jack Dawkins' character in Dickens' Oliver Twist? What is the nickname for Jack Dawkins' character in Dickens' Oliver Twist? This round brought to you by your SLC president, Becca, by the way. There you go. Thank you, Becca, for this one. Go to question number 4. How many full-length novels were written by Jane Austen? How many full-length novels were written by Jane Austen? And question number 5. Which infamous serial killer had their skin turned into a book cover? How charming. Which infamous serial killer had their skin turned into a book cover? And we'll just rattle back through those. Question 1. Which book do these opening lines come from? I'm not going to read them again. Question number 2. In what decade was the printing press brought to Britain? Question 3. What is the nickname for Jack Dawkins' character in Dickens' Oliver Twist? Question number 4. How many full-length novels were written by Jane Austen? And question number 5. Which infamous serial killer had their skin turned into a book cover? Lovely stuff. Right, so we're going to do 2 more short rounds and then we'll have a little 5-10 minute break so you can get a drink and stretch your legs or whatever you need to do. But for now, we're going to crack on with another little general knowledge round. This is Abra, this one. So thank you, Abra, for this. Start with question number 1. The Romance languages, also known as Latin languages or Neo-Latin languages, are the various modern languages that evolved from Vulgar Latin between the 3rd and 8th centuries. Name 5 of the 6 most widely spoken Romance languages today. So name 5 of the 6 most widely spoken Romance languages. As of now, not in like history. Question number 2. University, originating from the Latin universitas, meaning a hall, is an institution of higher education and research which awards academic degrees in several disciplines. What is the oldest university in the world? What is the oldest university in the world? Question number 3. Antoni Gaudi's unfinished masterpiece began construction in 1882 and has remained under construction every day following. Barcelona aims to have it completed by 2026 on the 100th anniversary of Gaudi's death, after working 144 years on it, making it longer than the construction of the ancient pyramids in Egypt. But what is the name of Gaudi's masterpiece? What is the name of Gaudi's Barcelona masterpiece? Right, question number 4. A church can be measured by various criteria in order to determine its size. Such measures include area, volume, length, width, height, or capacity. The largest church in the world is in Europe. But what is the name of this church? What's the name of the largest church in Europe? In the world, in Europe. If that makes sense. Zoom screen, goodness me. And finally, for this round, question number 5. Lying in the Eastern Pyrenees, bordered by Spain and France, though it's the sixth smallest country in Europe. It attracts millions of day-tripping tourists thanks to its tax-haven status and is known for excellent winter sports and walking in the mountains. But what is the name of this country? Lying in the Eastern Pyrenees and bordered by Spain and France, it's the sixth smallest country in Europe. But what is the name of this country? And a lovely picture of what I assume is this country. So we'll nip back through these. Question number 1. The Romance languages are various fun languages that evolved from Vulgar Latin, but name 5 of the 6 most widely spoken Romance languages. What is the oldest university in the world? Number 3, what's the name of Gaudi's Barcelona masterpiece? Question number 4, what's the largest church in the world? It is in Europe. And question number 5, what is the name of the country between Spain and France in the Pyrenees? Amazing stuff. Right. So we keep moving on. There's so much to get through. There's so many questions. It's amazing. But we couldn't do anything else for the last one of term. So we'll move to round 6, which is Brian's round. Thank you very much, Brian. This is one-hit wonders. So we want you to name the artist based on the song name and the year. So without further ado, let's get on with it. Question number 1. Which one-hit wonder performed Put Your Records On, 2006? Put Your Records On from 2006. Question number 2. Which one-hit wonder performed Faded in 2015? Which one-hit wonder performed Faded in 2015? Sorry, I'm not used to operating this amount of technology at once. Lovely. Question number 3. Which one-hit wonder performed X's and O's 2015? That's X's and O's 2015. See the screen for spelling. Question number 4. Which one-hit wonder performed Waves in 2014? Which one-hit wonder performed Waves in 2014? Which one-hit wonder performed Stacey's mom in 2003? Which one-hit wonder performed Stacey's mom 2003? So we'll rattle through those just one more time, and then we'll have a short break. Hang on one second. So, question 1, Put Your Records On from 2006. Question number 2, Faded from 2015. Question number 3, X's and O's 2015. Question number 4, Waves 2014. And question number 5, Stacey's Mom 2003. Thank you very much, Brian, for that round, and we'll see you all in 10 minutes or so. Thank you.
What's next is social part.
Quite well. I don't want you to just saying, I think.
Did you actually change the gas?
Being half the cake coming out.
Why is the legal signal work flawlessly? And I don't expect the waves. Are they accepting who the remix? Yeah, the remix is what we're about, what we're talking about. Yeah, that's like I'll do one thing, you guys. The other one to reach the person with the remix. I think right. Yeah. So it's like somebody said it was wrong short. Right. Also, nobody on this team except for me and James. We can't go that's three. That's three. Like, yeah, the bounty went up. Oh my god. Oh, we got knocked. Oh, hello. What, we got cut in the end? Yeah. Oh, okay. Hopefully. Oh, this is in added time? Chemical spelling. You want me to kill some?
Right. Hope you're all fed, watered, refreshed in all the ways you might be. We're going to crack on. We're on the home straight now. So we have some more rounds. Sorry, I did feel a bit scatterbrained. The next round is about chemical spelling. I think this is a Zoe round. Maybe wrong on that. Yeah, Zoe Forbes round. Thank you very much, Zoe, for this. So, for example, it might be something like, what farm animal is traditionally black and white? And you've got to solve it. Solve the trivia questions whose answers will be formed from chemical elements. Points come from naming all the elements involved. I'm sure it will all make more sense when we look at one of the questions. So there's 5 of these in total. Let's crack on. So question number 1. The action of cooking something in a pan with oil. So it's 3 letters, and from what it appears, it's 2 chemical elements, 2 chemical symbols, 1 of 2 letters, 1 of 1 letter. Yeah, so you're naming the elements. Yeah, the actual words of the elements, because the symbols should be fairly obvious. So, for example, for the one that's on the, if we can go back to the homepage, the one that's on there, your answer, I think, would be cobalt and tungsten. Does that make sense? Do come up if you've got any questions. Right, question number 2. Green spiky plants, often, commonly even, found in deserts. And we're looking for 3 elements. So you're really looking at those question marks at the bottom of the screen. That's basically telling you what you're going to be doing. Question number 3. A landlocked country between India and China containing a famous mountain range. 2, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2. I guess you could say. Right, question number 4. A very smart person. Also the name of a song featuring Labyrinth, Sia, and Diplo. Have a look at those question marks. And finally, question number 5. One Hannibal is famous for crossing the Alps with his elephant. What is the other Hannibal famous for being? So check those question marks. Remember, we're looking for the names of chemical elements from their symbols in the words of the answers. Hopefully you'll understand what's going on. Just zip back through these quickly. If I can. Brilliant. Okay. Question number 1, the action of cooking something in a pan with oil. 2, green spiky plants commonly found in deserts. 3, a landlocked country between India and China containing a famous mountain range. 4, a very smart person, also the title of a song featuring Labyrinth, Sia, and Diplo. And question number 5, what is the other Hannibal famous for being, other than the one who did the elephants in the Alps and things? Nice. All right. Thank you, Joe, for that round. We have 3 more rounds for you, I believe. So the next one is an interesting one. Is it a real photograph? It's the title of the round. Thank you, Jared, for this one. And I believe that's what the round's about. We'll see a photograph and you'll tell us if it's a real one or not. All right. Question number 1. Is this a real photograph? Right, we'll zip through these a bit quicker. Question number 2. Is it a real photograph?
It was a good shot.
Oh, yeah. Question number 3. Is it a real photograph?
I never thought of it.
Question number 4. What about this? Is it a real photograph? And last but not least, question number 5. Is it a real photograph? Right, so I guess we'll just zip back through those. We've had enough of a look at that one. We've got question number 1. Question number 2. Question number 3. Question number 4. And question number 5. So there you go. Thank you, Jared, very much for that picture round. I misspoke earlier. I said we had 3 rounds left. We actually had 5, and we still have 4. Woo! Very exciting news. So we're going to keep going. On to another general knowledge round. Eddie Mail, thank you very much for this one. And without further ado, question number 1. Easter Sunday falls on the 17th of April this year. Which Middle Eastern nation declared independence from France on this day, 1946? Which Middle Eastern nation declared independence from France on the 17th of April, 1946? Sorry, I forgot to unmute you. Which Australian animal has a scientific name? Ornithopithecus anetandada. Question number 4. Which 1977 song by David Bowie was unofficially declared the anthem of Berlin? The song describes 2 lovers separated by the Berlin Wall. Which 1977 song by David Bowie was unofficially declared the anthem of Berlin? The song describes 2 lovers separated by the Berlin Wall. And finally for this round, question number 5. How many other counties does County Durham border? How many other counties does County Durham border? So we'll crack through those one last time. Question number 1. Easter Sunday falls on 17th of April this year. Which Middle Eastern nation declared independence from France on this day in 1946? Question number 2. Which of these countries has the highest average population density in the world? Singapore, Japan, or Monaco? Question number 3. Which Australian animal has the scientific name Ornithorhynchus anathinos? Question number 4. Which 1977 song by David Bowie was unofficially declared the anthem of Berlin? The song describes two lovers separated by the Berlin Wall. And question number 5. How many other counties does County Durham border? Have a think. Where? Hang on.
Does it include like tiny beer?
I think ceremonial counties. Oh yeah, for this one we're going to say ceremonial counties. But if you come up to me with a strong argument about historical counties or something, then my ears are open.
I think it's
Yeah, counties as commonly understood in England. All right, brilliant. Ceremonial counties. Ceremonial counties. Lovely stuff. Right. So we're now on to our final 5-question round for this quiz, I believe. Oh, there might be another one. No, it's the final one. It's Niall for this one. And it's Abba song Anagrams. And I can hear the excitement. Brilliant. Okay. So off we go. Question number 1. Ye Senegal. So this is an anagram of an Abba song. Might be a good idea to write these down because I'm not going to linger on them for that long. Be a thinker when you're doing the later rounds. Move on. Question number 2. Rope ruptures. Rope ruptures. Question number 3. Oh, Deuteronomy works. Oh, Deuteronomy works. Oh, you can see that on the projector there. Question number 4. Whiskered hen aesthetic. Whiskered hen aesthetic. That could mean something to someone. And finally, number 5. Meta Hog Anthem Fee. Meta Hog Anthem Fee. So like I say, I'll zip back through these. You might want to write them down, and then we'll move on to the later rounds, but you can obviously go back to them at any time. So number 1 is Ye Senegal. Question number 2 is ruptures. Number 3, Oh Deuteronomy works. Number 4, Whiskered hen aesthetic. And number 5, Meta Hog Anthem Fee. Cryptic as ever. Thank you very much, Niall, for that round. So now we're moving on to our specialist round. So this is a good one. specialist round. It's on squash this week, and you might think, why is there a squash round in this quiz? Well, last week, the team who had the best team name got to pick a round for this week, and they picked a round about squash. So if you get the best team name, you will be able to select the second to last round for the quiz, first quiz back after Easter. So that's exciting, isn't it? Cool. All right. So I think this is a 10-question round, and thank you very much, Luke, for writing this. The resident squash expert. Lovely stuff. All right. Question number 1. How many lines are there on the front wall of a squash court? Number 2. Tuborg squash from Denmark is the only non-alcoholic drink made by Tuborg. What alcoholic drink do they normally make? So as you might see, some of these questions are squash and some of them are squash. Tuborg squash from Denmark is the only non-alcoholic drink they make. But what do they normally make? Question number 3. Butternut squash is a member of that family of vegetables. But which country was the largest producer of vegetables from that family in 2012? Butternut squash is a member of the Cucurbitaceae family of vegetables. You're welcome. But which country was the largest producer of vegetables from this family in 2012? Number 4. In squash, actual squash this time. That seems weird. Anyway, whatever. In squash the sport, what is the name given to the shot that hits the side wall before it hits the front wall? In squash, what is the name given to the shot that hits the side wall before it hits the front wall? Right, question number 5. The name of which Durham estate agency firm is shared by a prominent brand of squash? The name of which Durham estate agency firm is shared by a prominent brand of squash? Squash was introduced to Europe by which famous historical figure? Squash was introduced to Europe by which famous historical figure? I'm guessing the vegetable, but I may seek clarification on that. Question number 7. Squash drinks are also known in England by what term, which can also be used to describe an attitude that is warm and friendly? Question number 7. Squash drinks are also known in England by what term, which can also be used to describe an attitude that is warm and friendly? Question number 8. Squash balls are primarily made of what material? Squash balls are primarily made of what material? Question number 9. How many squash drink products are being sold by Tesco as of the 18th of March 2022? That's today. Unbelievable. And you can have 5 either way. So it is quite a few. But question 9, how many squash drink products are being sold by Tesco as of 18th of March 2022? Props to the research in this. This is extraordinary stuff at the Vern Bar quiz. Generational quiz. And finally for this round, question number 10, and I'll do a quick recap of these before we move on to the Wipeout round. Question number 10, and deep breath. Orange is a very popular flavour of squash drink, and orange is also the colour of the breast on the American robin, the bird in the background image for this round, if we notice that. The American robin is also the species of robin with which Mary Poppins sings Spoonful of Sugar in the original film version. Even though the film is set in London, London is also famous for its black taxis. The same colour as a squash ball. Black is the colour of the suit worn by Darth Vader in Star Wars. Darth Vader is voiced by James Earl Jones, who plays the vice director of the CIA in the film Hunt for Red October. October is the month when Halloween is celebrated, and one vegetable commonly employed on Halloween are pumpkins, which are closely related to squash vegetables. Pumpkin chucking is a competitive sport practiced in certain parts of the USA, which contain the fictional city with the section for the kids' TV show Arthur. His name is shared by mythical King Arthur, of English origin, who was assisted by the Fellowship of Knights called the Knights of the Round Table. One of the Knights of the Round Table is Lancelot, who is the inspiration behind the naming of which robot from the TV show Robot Wars. Thank you to the one person clapping. And I'm not reading that again. Shall we do a recap? Lovely. Question number 1. How many lines are there on the front wall of a squash court? Question number 2. Tuborg squash from Denmark is the only non-alcoholic drink made by them. But what do they normally make? Question number 3. Butternut squash is a member of that family of vegetables. But what was the country who produced most of these vegetables in 2012? In squash, what is the name given to the shot that hits the sidewall before the front wall? Question number 5. The name of which Durham State Agency is shared by a prominent brand of squash? Question 6. Squash was introduced to Europe by which famous historical figure? Again, I'm assuming the vegetable. Question number 7. Squash drinks are also known in England by what term, which can also be used to describe an attitude that is warm and friendly? Question number 8. Squash balls are primarily made of what material? Question number 9. How many squash drink products are being sold by Tesco as of the 18th of March 2022? And question number 10. One of the Knights of the Round Table is Lancelot, who is the inspiration behind the naming of which robot from the TV show Robot Wars? Lovely stuff. All right, so we'll move on to the final round of the quiz and the final round of the term. I don't know whether the cheering was joy or nostalgia or despair, but I hope it's not joy. There's an Annabelle Hay special. Thank you very much, Annabelle. And the Wipeout, we have certain slides here marked with an asterisk that aren't worth any points. And you'll probably see why when we get to them. But the Wipeout works as follows. There are general knowledge questions, and you can put an answer right, and if you put the right answer, you get a point. If you leave the answer blank, you get 0 points. And if you put a wrong answer, then you get 0 points for the entire round. So do not put a wrong answer or put an answer that you're not sure about at your own peril. All right. So question number 1 of the Wipeout. In golf, how many strokes under par is an eagle? How many strokes under par is an eagle in golf? Question number 2. This round marks with an asterisk, so this question does not have any points. But which distinguished member of Hillbead has held the positions head of quizzes, keeper of the college chastity, and social secretary? Question number 3. Which is the most common flag colour? I'm assuming national flags. Annabelle, if you're watching, please do send me a message and correct me. But what is the most common flag colour? Question 4. Name the member of the current Hillbeat exec who lives in Cornwall. I sense you might be spotting a theme. Note that this isn't worth any points. Name the member of the current Hillbeat exec who lives in Cornwall. SRC exec. Thank you, Robbie. Very important constitutional point there. Probably should be my job, but never mind. Without further ado, we'll move on to question number 5. What is the name used in theatres for mechanically hoisting scenery above the stage? What is the name used in theatres for mechanically hoisting scenery above the stage? Annabelle would like to clarify, it is national flags. So that's, for the flag question, we're talking national flags. So thank you very much to Annabelle, our future social secretary, as of next term. So that's very exciting.
Oh no! You kicked the woodwork 3 times.
Sorry if you may have heard some unprofessional noises there on the live stream.
Sorry. Industrial language.
Industrial language. Lovely, right. Don't worry, I'm not watching football. Question number 6. Again, an asterisk question, so it's not worth any points. But say what you see. Say what you see.
Offside. It's part of play. How many people are injured?
Right, lovely stuff. Question number 7. Which monarch acceded to the throne of England in 1100? Which monarch acceded to the throne of England in 1100 AD? Ready? Question number 8. Let's start the question again. Which songwriter penned the hit single, But I Just Can't Love You Beat Jim? Which songwriter penned the hit single, But I Just Can't Love You Beat Jim? I'd maybe have another asterisk over the word hit, but otherwise, it's a great song, don't get me wrong. Question number 9. Which county supplies strawberries to Wimbledon for the tennis Grand Slam every year? Which county supplies strawberries to Wimbledon for the tennis Grand Slam every year? And finally, question number 10. Who is this man? You're going to want to refer to the picture on the screen for this one. Picture on the screen. Yeah, I mean, a man wearing braces and a blue shirt and a lovely tie. Fetching glasses. Coy smile, I'd say. Microphone in hand. Huh? Fetching. Oh, what are they fetching? We'll nip through those one more time. I don't think I'll do the asterisk ones, but we'll go back to a question in 1. So 1, in golf, how many strokes under par is legal? 3, what is the most common flag colour, national flags we're talking? Question number 5, what is the name used in theatres for mechanically hoisting scenery above the stage? Question number 7, which monarch acceded to the throne of England in 1100 AD? And question number 9, which county supplies strawberries to Wimbledon, the tennis Grand Slam every year? And that's it. So now you're going to want to swap your papers. So it's time for the answers. So everyone swap with a team nearby you. I'm going to give you a minute to do that, and then we'll get on with the answers. Make sure the paper in front of you is not your own. Carlo.
It's not quite right. It's like
I think what they call that is limbs me away.
If limbs play for water, they fouls.
Phil here said that he thinks in other circumstances Dallas would have gone off because he looks really injured. 20 seconds to swap those papers. Ten seconds, swap those papers, no exceptions. And I will start doing the answers. Right. So it is the answers. Lovely stuff. We'll start with the answers for the links round. So the protagonist of Chicken Run was Ginger. The rank of nobility was Viscount. The organ system in the human body is the digestive. The dessert accompaniment is custard. The ballroom dance is the Viennese waltz. The city of the capital of the French Riviera is Nice. Nice. Okra is ladyfingers, the lady's fingers. Question 8, this cocktail is a Garibaldi. The American whiskey is bourbon. And what's the link? It's biscuits. Well done if you got that. Very wholesome link there. Right. So now we've got lots of 5-question rounds. We're going to rattle through these. So, Inkstatus was Caligula's horse. The fish in fish and chips was introduced in the 16th century, 1500s. The other assassinated presidents were McKinley and Garfield. Needed both for the point. Harry Potter has a wand which is Phoenix Core, Hollywood, and 11 inches. Well done if you got that. And one of the 3 teams has never won a trophy. Brentford, Palace, or Brighton. They're the only ones who could have had. Right, we'll get to the food haikus. This first one, cheese and tomato. That is obviously pizza. Fried potato tubes. That's hula hoops. A toy for hips, being a hula hoop. Number 3 is baba ganoush. Question number 4, spicy vegetable. It's horseradish. And question number 5, Tex-Mex food is taco. If you put cat at the end, you get a palindrome. Lovely stuff. All right, the literature round. These lines are from 100 Years of Solitude by Gabriel Garcia Marquez. The printing press was brought to Britain in the 1470s. Jack Dawkins' character in Oliver Twist was the Artful Dodger. The full-length novels by Jane Austen, there are 6 of them. Pride and Prejudice, Pride and Prejudice, North Ranger Avenue, Sense and Sensibility, Emma, Mansfield Park and Persuasion. And from Becca, please shout out anyone doing the introduction to the novel module. I can see you're all infused. Right. And number 5, the serial killer was William Burke of Burke and Hare fame. He was publicly desiccated in 1829, dissected, not desiccated, in 1829, and his skin was turned into a book. Lovely. Right, another general knowledge round. The 6 most widely spoken Romance languages are Spanish, Portuguese, French, Italian, Romanian, and Catalan. You needed 5 of those for the point. 5 of those for the point. Question number 2, the oldest university in the world is Bologna, supposedly. There is another answer that I'm just looking for. Yeah, we're also going to set the University of Al-Qarawiyyan. So if anyone's put that, or you're not sure, come and have a check with me. But Bologna is the answer we have. Question number 3, this masterpiece is La Sagrada Familia. Number 4, the name of this church is St. Peter's Basilica in the Vatican. And question number 5, this country is Andorra. Andorra in the Pyrenees. Right, the one-hit wonders. Put your records on was Corinne Bailey Ray. It's from Leeds, interestingly. This one-hit wonder, Faded, is by Alan Walker. Well, if you got that. X's and O's is by L. King. Waves is by Mr. Probs. We will also accept Robin Schultz. So it was a remix that was the one-hit wonder. And question number 5, Stacey's one was, of course, by Fountains of Wayne. Favourite band of our beloved college mascot, Peter Bear. Answers. This is the chemical elements round. So, cooking something in a pan with oil is francium and yttrium. Francium and yttrium is what we wanted. Green spiky plants in the desert, we're looking for calcium, carbon, and titanium. Spells cacti. A landlocked country between India and China is Nepal, so we're looking for neon, phosphorus, and aluminium. Question number 4, the very smart person. The answer we were looking for was genius. Germanium, nickel, uranium, and sulfur. And number 5, Hannibal is famous for being a cannibal. Calcium, nitrogen, nickel, boron, and aluminium. Very well done if you got those. And thank you, Zoe, for that round. Is it a real photograph? It's the next round. This one is real. It's a giant manta ray. There you go. This one is a pencil drawing, not a real photo. Very impressive. Question number 3 is a watercolor, not a photo. Again, very impressive. Question number 4, that is a real photo. It's from Berlin, apparently. And question number 5 is not real, and it's from Minecraft. And if you got that correct, I have no words for you. I have no words. Right, we'll move on to the next general knowledge round. The Middle Eastern nation was Syria. The country with the highest average population density in the world is Monaco. C for Monaco. This Australian animal is a platypus. Very well done if you got that. The anthem of Berlin is Heroes. Heroes by David Bowie. Number 5 is 4. I believe Northumberland, Tyne and Wear, North Yorkshire, and Cumbria is what I believe to be true. Tyne and Wear is a ceremonial county. All right. Anagrams of Abba songs. Question 1 is Angel Eyes. Question 2 is Super Trooper. Question 3 is Does Your Mother Know? Question 4, When I Kissed the Teacher. And question 5, the name of the game. We move to the specialist round on squash. How many lines are there on the front wall of a squash court? It is 3. Tuborg squash from Denmark. They make beer normally. And we're not accepting lager. It's beer more generally, I'm told. Question 3. The largest producer of these vegetables was China. Question number 4. This kind of shop is called a boast. The Durham estate agency is Robinson's, obviously. Number 6. Squash was introduced to Europe by Christopher Columbus.
Let's go!
Squash drinks can also be called cordial. Cordial. Squash balls are primarily made of rubber. There are 72 squash drink products sold by Tesco. You can have anything between 67 or 77. You can have 5 either side. And question number 10 is, of course, as always, Sir Kill-A-Lot. So now we move to the Wipeout round. I've been asked to clarify. The slides marked with an asterisk are just nice additions to the quiz. So this round is out of 5, but it's still Wipeout. So if you get any of the non-starred questions wrong, you get 0 points for the entire round. The starred questions, just a bit of extra fun. Okay, so in golf, how many strokes under par is an eagle? That's 2. This distinguished member of Hillbead is Hugo Bush. Hugo Bush. The most common flag colour is red. Causing much consternation. The member of the current Hillbead SLC exec who lives in Cornwall is Hugo Bush. Hugo Bush. What is the name used in theatres for mechanically hoisting scenery above the stage? Is flying. In this say what you see, the answer is Hugo Bush. Hugo Bush. Hugo Bush. Question number 7, which monarch acceded to the throne in 1100? That's King Henry I. Very well done if you got that. Question number 8, which songwriter penned the hit single But I Just Can't Love You Beat Jim? And that answer is, of course, Hugo Bush. Songwriter Hugo Bush. Which county supplies strawberries to Wimbledon for their tennis every year? It's Kent. Not Hugo Bush, no. Although I'm told his personal supply of strawberries is extensive. And question number 10, who is this man? Elliot Farr, actually, the answer for this one. So very well done if you got that, Elliot Farr. So that's it, that's the answers. Although I think at this point, I've had a complaint from someone called Elliot Farr who's not sure about that last answer, but I think it would be remiss to not say at this point, Hugo obviously isn't here this evening, and I'm sure we're all very grateful for everything he's done for the quiz for about 3 years. It seems a lot longer than that. So just, I know he's watching on Zoom, so just to put on record mine and everyone's thanks for how good the quiz has been. It's been really good. So yeah, excellent stuff. Thank you, Hugo. Bring your answers up to the front when you're ready, and we'll get with marking. And also make sure you've got a team name on there, and the best team name will win the specialist round for the first week of Easter term. So make sure it's a funny one or a good one or a topical one, whatever you fancy. Thank you very much. Annabelle.
didn't keep your answer.
Okay, yeah. I was going to say that's a weird answer. That's a weird.
You go for late to
Yeah.
That's more Hugo.
I feel like it's almost like you go for it was only the comments saying the answer should be
Big challenge. Let's go.
And also like a bonus point because we were making funny jokes about why the pictures weren't real, and we got the fact that it was a Minecraft picture by complete fluke.
At least that's at least 2
We tried our best to amuse you. I hope it worked. Many answers in late.
So COVID. Yeah. I've done none of two. So I'm good.